Yay. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing this afternoon? Yeah. Said I was gonna come in here for a few minutes. I told you guys last night that because of last night's debacle where I was flagged right there in the middle of my live stream, that I was actually gonna come back and do two today. I was emailing YouTube and finding out exactly why my video was flagged or taken down or whatever the case may be. It was the particular network that particular content came from. So I won't be able to use episodes like Snapped or Fatal Attraction, but I will be able to use other things like For My Man and series like such as that. Hey, yo, tall thing, what's going on, man? Primal Fitness, what's good? D Flemings, what's happening? China, I see you. Uh Neil Powell, what's good, man? Yeah, so this particular live stream here, man, is going to be based on the current state of events that we're in. And right now it's very easy for, let me take that up a little bit, for guys who have gotten out of bad situations, um, who have, learned to value themselves, learning to work on themselves, learning to hold themselves accountable for a lot of the decisions that they've made. But during these times, man, in crisis situations, you will have people that will reach back out to you, people from your past, people that you have long distanced yourself from, and you have haven't heard from these people in a year, 2 years, in some cases 3 years or better. These are people that moved on for whatever reason. Some of you guys, man, let's be honest. A lot of you guys didn't find content like mine, or either red pill content, alpha content, dating advice. Normally that dating advice shit, man, it's always a gateway, because when guys go through bad situations, man, they'll end up trying to figure out the game and all this other stuff. And then eventually, it trickles down. They start finding alpha content. They start finding red pill content. They start learning about female nature and just how important being the most alpha version of yourself really is. Okay, so I'm not oblivious to the levels of this shit that men go through, but at the end of the day, I basically just wanted to say, that in times like this, in times of chaos and the current state of this pandemic or whatever, you're going to have people that are going to reach back out to you. Like I've said, man, I've mentioned before how people will secretly watch your life in silence. You have people who are actually watching you. You don't even know that are watching you. You have secret admirers and secret haters as well. You won't realize how many enemies you have until you start being successful and start living the best version of your life. Okay. So many of you guys probably went through a breakup or went through the family court system where, your child was held over your head and all this other bullshit. But in this current crisis, you're going to have people who are being real humble. They're going to come to you in humility. They want to, keep you on the team. You've had issues with people who to this day that you have around you that really don't mean you any good. What's going on, SJ? Universal Balance. What's happening, man? You have people that are around you right now, people who interact with you that pretend like they have your best interests at heart, who are simply using you for like an emotional tampon, or these people are simply using you to keep you around as a material resource if they need you. All right. This is why I tell guys all the time, man, it's very important when you start to distance yourself, when people don't meet your standards, people are not on the same wave frequency as you are, then it's best that you cut the fucking cord. I always say this, man, and I'll say this I'll continue to say this. Your power as a man lies in your ability to walk away and mean it, whether it's a job, a relationship, a friendship, even family members. You understand me? So during this current pandemic, you're gonna have people that are gonna come out of the woodworks. But at the end of the day, man, you've been working very hard on yourself to become the best version of yourself, and you have set a standard for yourself. And entertaining this type of energy that a lot of people are putting out, man, excuse me, it's quite frankly, it's detrimental to maintaining your focus and even your sanity in most cases in this crisis. So I just wanted to touch on that, man. And when these people try to come back into your life, people are trying to hit you up out of the blue. Just understand that they're not just really checking on you. It's because times are hard. People are desperate, so they're going to use anyone they can that will actually show them some sort of attention, someone who they believe they could get the leg up on to come and fucking save them. You know what I'm saying? It's survival instincts now. All right. And when it comes to survival, man, you can throw the element of morality out of the door. people's morals and shit, you can forget about that. When it comes to survival, when it comes to eating, you know, when it comes to living in the dark, these people are going to come out of nowhere. And you would notice, man, that, you know, even after this current predicament, you could be a fool and help a lot of these people. But just understand, once this blows over, I personally think it's going to be lasting for a while. But just understand this. You know, you could be there for these people, but where are these people going to be when you need them? I make the analogy of the bottle of water. If someone is thirsty and you give them your water, do you have any water left? Will you have anything left? Probably not, man. So it's good not to be so free-hearted either, man. I know people can say you cold-hearted, you callous, you don't really care. Man, it ain't got nothing to do. You got to look out for yourself, man. In times like these, you have to actually make sure that you're taken care of. And you have to distance yourself from a lot of these negative motherfuckers, man, because these people were nowhere to be found. In a lot of cases before this current crisis, these people were, you know, claiming that they were living their best life on social media. You know what I'm saying? Tax season was hitting, man. These people, you didn't hear anything from these people. Now all of a sudden you getting these text messages, you getting these inboxes. You feel me? And a lot of you guys are going to go through this. I'm serious, man. I could show you how many people have been reaching out to me over the past week. People that I haven't talked to in over a year. See, I started cleaning out my closet years ago, man. You know, and a lot of my homies, man, that I grew up with, man, I still had love for them. It wasn't no love lost. It's just that we weren't on the same path. You know, and I see some of them now, you know, years later, they'll come back and say, man, hey, bro, I should have listened to you, man. You know, they still wanted to be out here in them streets. They still wanted to do their motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Chasing these broads and shit. Now, a lot of these guys have been in and out of prison. They got multiple kids by multiple women. You know what I'm saying? And they complaining about the damn family court system, child support system, raping their motherfucking pockets. You know, you got to learn to distance yourself from negative people, people that's not trying to have anything out of life. Thank you, baby. See that? Getting a little something to eat at the time as well. But yeah, man. So it's best that you distance yourself from a lot of these people, man, and ignore a lot of them, man. When they're trying to reach back out to you, it's best that you ignore them. I'm serious, man. I'll go as far as to tell you to block these people. A lot of these people who have brought turmoil to your life at one point in time, you know, a lot of these females who thought the grass was greener on the other side without you, thought that they could do better without you, realizing that, you know, it was all a mistake. You know, it happens all the time. I mean, guys do it too, but I'm just talking about mainly talking about females because I'm a man. You know, these women that go out here, man, and think there's a better deal out there. And then, you know, you could have been doing everything right. Or you claim that you were trying to give her everything that she wanted. And this is why I tell you guys that in a lot of cases, this is a mistake. And if you let these people come back into your life, it's just like eating your own shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like shitting in the toilet. Before you flush it, you reach down there in the toilet with your hands, pick up the shit and eat it. This is basically what you're doing when you are bringing people back into your life, people from your past. I tell you all the time, man, people are exes for a reason. They're an example of exactly what you don't need in your life. And when people get desperate, people are going to try to come back into your life. But I'm going to tell you something. If they haven't changed their mind, if they haven't worked on themselves, actually did some self-reflecting, understanding, you know, what were the problems, you know, where did things go wrong without blaming you for everything. Other than that, man, you wasting your goddamn time. Most of the times you're going to waste your time anyway, man, because in most cases, man, a lot of people, excuse me, will try to rationalize walking away from you. See, what will happen is you've done everything that you claimed that you thought was right. But at the end of the day, it didn't, you know, maintain sexual attraction, because somewhere along the lines you became weak. You start putting the female above yourself. Once you start losing sight of your focus, you're losing focusing on your purpose. Once you start focusing on making her happy, focusing on her happiness, then you're gonna have problems. As a man, you should always follow your purpose, man. Period. There's nothing wrong with being nice to your woman sometime, man. You know what I'm saying? Rewarding her for great behavior, when she's doing the things that she's supposed to do as a woman to contribute to your program. There's nothing wrong with rewarding your woman, man. And anybody tells you any differently, they pretty much don't like women very much. Okay, they've been hurt by women. Okay, but at the end of the day, man, you know, when you start to prioritize her happiness over your own, you're gonna have a lot of problems. That's when the issues are going to start to start happening, because she's going to slowly start losing respect for you. As a man, you should always focus on your purpose first and foremost. And she needs to be on code. Anything else other than that, it's going to be some issues. Okay. And for a lot of you guys, a lot of these women didn't want to get on code with you. They decided to walk away, but they realized that the grass wasn't greener. And in most cases, the grass is never greener. People will tell you anything you want to hear until they get what they want, man. And once they get what they want, they're going to start showing their true colors. You feel me? Hypergamy is real. I don't really talk about hypergamy, but I mean, women's nature is hypergamous. They're going to always seek the better deal. It's just, if most of them able to, you know, suppress those feelings to want to explore what's out there. Mr. Stay focused. What's going on? Abdullah, what's happening? Dion Covington, what's going on, brother? Yeah, man. So I'm just trying to tell you guys, man, it's always imperative that you focus on yourself, and you have to trim the fucking fat, man. People are going to come out of the woodworks at this point in time, man, with our current state of affairs. They need someone to come and save them. You go in the stores, man, the meat is off the shelves, bread is off the shelves, even toilet paper is off the shelves. They coming with curfews. You know what I'm saying? And people are losing their damn mind. I tell you something else too, man. A lot of people are in broken relationships, but they're stuck out of their fear of loss. Not only are they stuck out of their fear of loss, a lot of them are stuck simply because of financial reasons. They can't survive on their own. So they're stuck in these broken, dead-end relationships, and now this shit came. You know what I'm saying? Well, they want people to quarantine, they want people to stay in the house, and you're noticing a spike in divorces. You're noticing a spike in domestic disputes. I think I was looking at a chart just last night where, you know, it just in my area alone, man, out of, I want to say it was 120 police calls within a 8 to 10 hour span. 87 of them were domestic disputes out of 120. Many of these people just tolerate each other, man. They don't want to be in these relationships, but they can't afford to live on their own. This is why it's important as a man to be living on your goddamn own, having your own shit before you even entertain the notion of getting in a long-term relationship or being in a relationship or being married or whatever the case may be. See, me personally, man, I don't believe in this red pill rage shit. You know what I'm saying that men ain't supposed to get married and this and that. I will agree. It doesn't really benefit a lot of men, but it's because they choosing the wrong goddamn women. The Most High biologically designed you to go forth and multiply. And me personally, man, I want to raise my children. I couldn't fathom the thoughts of another man raising my motherfucking children. And by design, I am supposed to have children, and I am going to have children. You have these men out here talking about blow up dolls and sex dolls and shit. Man, that shit is clown shit to me, bro. And I'm gonna be honest. Day naps, all that shit is clownish to me, bro. But I just want you guys to realize, man, that at some point you're going to have to trim the fat. You're going to have to cut the cord, man, especially with a lot of toxic and negative people. It's not just females, it's men as well. You got men out this motherfucker that's over 35 years old still trying to rap and thug and run the streets, sagging their pants and shit, man. That's bad energy. That's bad mojo on you. You know, some of you guys come from trauma, have turmoil that you know, undiagnosed you know, mental disorders, fucked up psychologically, because you can't cut away from the people who brought that kind of dysfunction in your life, whether it's your parents, your father, your mother, whoever is the source of the reason you're unhappy right now. You're still being controlled by something that happened early on in life. You're gonna have to cut that shit off, man. You got to cut a lot of people off, man. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but your mother, your father, brother, sister, if they don't mean you any good, you're gonna have to cut their ass off. And that's just the bottom line. Do you know how many brothers and sisters or brothers fall out behind pussy? That's another thing I wanted to touch on too, man. Anytime you hear a motherfucker say, "Oh, you know, one of your homies say, boy, you a lucky man," you know, really and truly, man, when he's saying you a lucky man, he side-eyeing your woman, man. You gotta be careful how people try to be nice, nasty with their words. You feel me? Yeah, man, you a lucky man. Basically, he telling you to your face he'll smash your woman. He watching your woman on some slick shit, bro. You feel me? Niggas will say shit like that, man. You know how many motherfuckers be trying to backdoor you? First opportunity they get, they trying to be in your motherfucking woman's face. I've seen instances where niggas can watch your niece grow up. You watch your niece grow from 2-3 years old, man, when she was a toddler. And then when she becomes a full adult woman, these niggas trying to smash on her. You know what I'm saying? And it's supposed to be your homie. It's supposed to be family, or what you consider family. But I'm gonna tell you something, everybody ain't family. And all skin folk ain't kinfolk either. And that's just real talk. To be honest, man, this alpha life, people talk about alpha, but in reality, man, it's a lonely road. And some people need to get into the habit of being comfortable in their own company, being secure. Being comfortable in your own company means that you're secure with yourself. I don't need nobody to complete me. And anytime people decide to walk out of my life, I let their ass walk. No question, because I'm high value. And when you're high value, you don't lose people. People lose you. Do you feel me? So I just wanted to touch on that, man. And I really want you guys to get into the habit of, you know, practice this shit they're talking about, social distancing. You should have been practicing social distancing a long time ago. Cutting motherfuckers out of your goddamn life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are just simply cancerous. And some of you guys are fighting to keep cancer. You're fighting to keep toxic motherfuckers in your life. You know they don't mean you any good. They ventured out in the world and seen that the world didn't have anything to offer them. Now they coming back to old reliable. You should never be someone's backup plan. Be someone's backup crutch. Being a band-aid on a wound of bad decision making that they've made. That shit reeks of low value, man. I mean that. When people feel like your life is a revolving door, that means they don't respect you. They don't value you at all. They feel comfortable with using you. They feel comfortable being able to come back to you feeling like you'll always be there. The truth is, you need to cut that motherfucking cord. You should have cut it a long time ago. Anybody that comes into your life, anybody that you entertain, it's best that you go through it like an interviewing process. You see what type of shit that they're on. Give it time. Don't be so quick to invest in people. When motherfuckers come, I'm gonna tell you something. I've seen so many instances where people be dry begging. Well, they're asking for something without actually asking for it. You know, they'll say little slick shit like, "I don't know how I'm going to pay my light bill," and then your dumb ass will come along and say, "Well, how much is it?" "Oh, it's $175. Well, I'll pay it. I got it. I got you." And then when you need them, you ask them for something as simple as their time. a listening ear or something. They can't do it. And you be like, man, what happened? Remember when I was there for you? And when you needed this or you needed that, and they'll say, well, look, I didn't ask you to do that. You did that on your own. This is shit that goes on every day. You know what I'm saying? They will turn around and make that shit seem like it's your fault. This is what toxic people do. Everything is always someone else's fault. They have the victim mentality. I'm going to tell you something, man. Anytime I hear people come around me complaining about life circumstances or what exactly they're going through, I immediately tune them out. I could be around a couple of my homeboys, man, and we having some good conversation, and one motherfucker walks up that I don't know very well, or I feel some bad mojo, I get a bad vibe from that motherfucker. I cut the conversation short. Hey, bro, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man, but you're not, yeah, man, but I'm gonna holler at you. I've been saying this shit but long before, man. If any of y'all have been listening to me long enough, you remember times when I was saying I was very careful about who touched me anyway. I don't shake everybody's hand. Some people have taken it as a sign of disrespect when they extended their hand to shake my hand and I didn't touch them. Like, what's happening? I protect my peace. I protect my mojo at all costs. I ain't finna be touching you motherfuckers. That bad energy will rub off on you, man. People could just be doing some bullshit, manipulating people, using people, robbing people, killing people, all kind of shit. And you just interacting with them on a regular basis, man. That shit, that bad mojo will rub off on you. Their karma will rub off on you as well. I'm serious, man. Look up the law of energy. Look it up, man. Energy is never destroyed. It's simply transformed from one host to the next. These are facts. And a lot of people have a lot of bad mojo on them. And when you become the best version of yourself, when you truly have value, when you really found comfort in your own company, found peace within knowing who you are as a man, you'll start to notice people's mojo. The way they talk, the way they walk, just even their voice pitch. You understand me? You can tell when people are genuine, man. I watch a lot of this YouTube shit, man, and I see motherfuckers using a lot of regurgitated content. Talking in circles, man. Talking about each other, subliminal messages. Man, if I got a problem with a motherfucker, I am going to address them. And a lot of times I'm not going to do it behind a camera. They got this spike in people getting doxxed and all that other stuff, man. I always keep my life as an open book anyway, because I have nothing to hide. I am who I am. I tell people to follow me on IG just to see some of my stories and see how I'm living for real. I tell motherfuckers all the time, I am someone in real life. I don't need to be up here talking to no goddamn body, but I figure I can help people. And it's necessary, man. Everyone needs to hear this type of information. Men need to know who they are. A lot of men need to truly find themselves, man, and stop being used. Man, I'm going to tell you something. If you get to a point when you're being used by everyone that comes into your life, you really do need to take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, why do people feel comfortable with using me? Many of you simply just need to start by setting a standard. I mean that, bro. Hey, I appreciate you, D. Flemings. SJ, what's happening, man? I'm going on up in here, man. But I'm saying, man, set a standard of living. You think to start a routine for themselves? I'm just talking. Hell no. Routines build confidence. Confidence builds standards. You know what I'm saying? Standards build is the building foundation to building your life, man. Having discipline, sticking to your standards. You look at somebody, man, then you start looking at a lot of these guys that's simply lost. Motherfuckers who are following bitches on fucking social media, Instagram and shit. Leaving these hearts and shit, loving these bitches' pictures and stuff, man. You see that kind of behavior as low value. And if you as a man can see a man having low value, displaying low value behavior, what do you think these women are thinking? They're laughing at a lot of you motherfuckers, man. I am a leader. I am a man. What the fuck do I look like following a bitch on Instagram? Just reeks of low value. I'm serious, man. You guys need to get into the habit of finding value in yourself. That's it. And a lot of these people, you know, a lot of the things, the distractions you have in your life, far as like social media and shit like that, you need to cut the cord on that shit, bro. If you find that shit taking up too much of your time, then that means you don't value your time. Any kind of distractions you have, man, you need to cut that shit out. Especially in times like this, man. I don't give a fuck if you have to put some motherfucking drink cans. I don't drink sodas, but I'm just saying, if you got drink cans, beer cans, or whatever, you need to go out there in the motherfucking woods with your rifle. Walmart is still open. For you brothers who don't have hunting rifles, you don't really need assault rifles. You're not going to war with anyone. But having a couple of pistols and a couple of hunting rifles, it may be the way to go right now. And you go out of the motherfucking woods and you can do some target practice because you can't go to the gun range. Well, in my area, you can't. But I don't mind going out there in the motherfucking woods. You feel me? I got my reels, man. I can live off the land, man. I'll probably show a video where I'm planting cabbage and all this other stuff here soon too. Greens. We gonna survive. Me and mine gonna survive. I've learned to live off the land from an early age. And a lot of you guys who listen to me over the past year know that I was telling guys that it's best to learn to live off the land a little bit. Learn to plant your own crop and shit, man. Because it's getting into survival mode now. And a lot of these motherfuckers that's unequipped or incapable of living off the land or living on their own, these are the motherfuckers that's coming right back to you. You know what I'm saying? While she was shooting the motherfucker that hold his pistol sideways, goddamn, hey, that's her business. That's her choice. It's always going to boil back to masculinity, man. What in times of chaos, you're going to see who really about what they be talking about. It's the reason you don't hear a lot of these feminist talking points and all this other bullshit going on right now. It's survival mode. Men are needed now more than ever, real men. But you still have other guys out here who simply can't get over their goddamn, their lust for women. People still up here talking about dating advice. Still talking in a global crisis, in a global pandemic. Motherfuckers are still talking about pussy and chasing broads. Game. Tell you something, man. That's some of that bad mojo I be talking about. See, some people don't really have to come in contact with you literally to rub that bad mojo off on you. The things that you listen to can have a profound effect on your psyche and your energy level. If you were to just say hypothetically, man, just for shits and giggles, you were to sit up this motherfucker and listen to some sad music, a motherfucker talking about killing themselves all day for 3 or 4 hours. That shit'll start fucking with your mojo. It'll start fucking with your mind. So when motherfuckers sitting up talking about chasing pussy and dating advice and all that other shit, it tends to have an effect on the direction that you're going. I don't want to hear that motherfucking shit. If it's not about survival, I really don't want to hear it. We could talk about female nature and their choices and stuff. I mean, I do my little chronicles and shit for that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just a part of life. And I believe in just giving you the truth, the facts. I may not have the proper vernacular and speak properly and all educated and college degreed up, but I'm going one thing about it. I'm going to tell you the motherfucking truth. I'm not going to use big fancy words to make you believe that I know what I'm talking about when I don't. Motherfuckers kill me with that shit. A lot of people insult your intelligence and you don't even know it. You don't even realize they be insulting your intelligence. I sit up here and watch motherfuckers go on ego trips and all this bullshit on a live stream, disrespecting his audience. simply because they ask a question. Going all crazy on them and shit, cussing and raising hell with them and shit. You know, that shit, that right there proves to me that these people are not who they say they are. No question is a dumb question when it comes to not knowing what's going on when you're trying to find vital information that may can change your life. We may have discussed some of the things that you may ask one day, but I'm still going to take the time to answer your question if I can. Because you know that question could be something that could change that person's life. These people are donating money to you on live streams and shit, and then when they ask a question or say something, then you want to disrespect them, insult them in front of everybody, degrade them, demean them. These are men doing this to other men. Now I'm gonna call you a stupid motherfucker if you're a stupid motherfucker and you know better. When you know better, you do better, and when you know better, there really isn't any excuses. But a lot of guys simply don't know any better. It's hard to break the programming, especially when it's been programmed into you ever since you were a child, man. I like to see brothers become the best version of themselves, man. I enjoy seeing brothers grow, man. I really do. I enjoy looking in my comment section. I really don't watch my live streams or my content after I post it, but I really do get satisfaction from when I look back and I read the comment section and guys tell me I'm touching their lives, man. That shit means a lot to me. That means I'm leaving a legacy of helping people, and at some point somebody else is going to take that mantle and run with it as well. Guys are always going to need help, man, and as far as men, it's hard to find places that you can actually come to, because as men we are considered to be strong. We supposed to be strong in every situation. Your brother could have just lost his life, and people expect you to be strong. You're not supposed to show emotions. All this old stupid ass shit. You're a human. You're not a fucking robot. But just because you decide to have some kind of emotion behind something that has happened in your life, now people have considered that to be weak. These are the people who are influenced by outside entities, man. They don't even believe that themselves. People like guys in the chat room know that my son is going through a very difficult time right now, and I'm with him every step of the way. I have had my moments. You understand me? I'm not even going to sit up here and motherfucking lie. That is my son. I gave him his name. I've loved him from the time before he even stepped foot in this world. And for all my kids, you know what I'm saying? I was there for every last one of them when they were born. I watched them cut the cord. I didn't cut the cord myself, but I was there when they came. I seen the top of their head before their mama did. You understand me? I love my motherfucking kids. I die for my motherfucking kids. I have good kids. I don't really have any problems out of them. They're gonna do typical teenage shit, but there's nothing to get upset about. A lot of the times they go back looking at my goddamn content. Excuse me. Especially my son, the one that's going through his bout with cancer. I've often, you know, I know I'm not supposed to question the Most High. Hear me? Oh shit, what's going on here? Check my mic. Mic. Check. Can you hear me? Okay, I'm back. All right. Yeah, man. Okay. I was wondering what was going on there, man. But yeah, man. So anyway, I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. I just wanted to drop a little something on y'all, man. And I'm telling you guys, man, value yourself enough to cut the fucking cord. If anyone doesn't mean you any good, people, I often talk about this, man. It's not that you think you're better than anyone. I don't think I'm better than anyone. It's just my motherfucking standards are higher than most people. So therefore, if my standards are higher, then at some point I got to think better of myself than you think of your own self. You understand me? And I don't mind cutting the motherfucker off. I've been losing people all my life. This is one thing about life. It's natural. You know, the older you get, the more you survive in this world, you're going to lose people. People are going to come and go. But see, sometimes, man, you got to think like this. Sometimes through losing people, you find yourself. I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, it's the truth. You got to cut motherfuckers off. Especially a no good broad that contributes nothing to your motherfucking program. Simply a liability. She wants to bring turmoil to your life, very disrespectful. You understand me? A lot of you guys put up with so much disrespect, man. It's almost criminal, man. You are investing into your own headache. And when I say invested, I'm just not talking about financially. Your time is the most precious, the most valuable commodity on this planet, because once it's gone, you can never get it back. And a lot of you guys are investing your time into a bottomless pit. People who don't mean you no fucking good, man. You will waste all your damn time dealing with these people. And when they decide to walk away, now you're broken because you felt like you've invested so much. But you should have known what you were investing in. If a motherfucker come ask me and say, man, hey, you want to invest in this business plan? I'm just not going to say yes. I'm going to get all the motherfucking details. And I'm going to know who I'm dealing with before I invest a motherfucking iron dime. But some of you guys, out of your lack of self-confidence and your lack of self-worth, lack of belief in yourself, your scarcity mind frame, you will go investing into something out of just this sheer loneliness. Just to say that you have someone, or just to have some convenient pussy. Is that it? I'm serious, bro. But anyway, guys, I ain't gonna take up too much of you guys' time, man. I will be back. I will definitely be back today. I'm not bullshit. I'm coming back, man. And the next episode will be called Stop Being So Damn Friendly. Because a lot of y'all are being very goddamn friendly out here. And it's time to goddamn break that shit up. So I appreciate y'all guys for tuning in, man. I'm gonna play the outro. I will see you guys in later on today. I may even get on a little dose, man. You know, I hadn't had me a drink in a minute, so I might get on me a little dose. Oh, you know, when I get on that dose, I'm gonna talk some shit. You know, I'm gonna talk some shit. I get a little sip in me. So you know what I'm saying? Y'all stay tuned, man. I appreciate y'all for being in the building. Peace.